Hey, welcome back. Hope everyone had a fantastic new year, and sincere apologies on my behalf for the lack of updates. But I'm back and happy to get the ball rolling again. My final travel route on South Island comprised of visiting Abel Tasman National Park, the city of Nelson, and finally, the port city of Picton, where a car ferry will transfer me to the North Island and into the capital of New Zealand, Wellington. Abel Tasman is a wilderness trust renowned for its long coastal track, granite cliffs, and beautiful golden beaches. The main ferry operator at the park is Wilson's.
Good day.
And I purchased the Great Day Out package from them to explore the park. The first point of interest is Split Apple Rock. Like the name suggests, it's a large, scenic granite rock that resembles an apple that's been perfectly cut in half. I disembarked the boat at Tonga Quarry and was ready to begin my so-called Great Day Out. Except that it was less of a coastal hike near the water and more of an uphill grind that seemed to stretch on for a while.
I feel like I'm in the desert or something here, but you walk from one side of the forest all the way to the other. The water's over there. Not too impressed with this hike.
On top of it all, the Abel Tasman track is very prone to erosion, and the detours around the area added more obstacles even further inland. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, I finally got to the beach where my pickup point was. I got in the water, showered off, and waited for my ferry to pick me up. We returned back to home base at Kaiteri Teri, and the next day I decided to just do the early part of the track on my own.
All right.
It definitely felt more rewarding to explore on my own and not be tied down to a time schedule. I was also much closer to the water on this hike, and I spent my day at Anchorage Bay to soak in the sun, which is all I really wanted from the beginning. There is an overnight hut to stay at as well and can be booked through the DOC website. On my way to Nelson, I stopped by the Classic Car Museum. I didn't have many expectations for this place, but it completely blew me away as a car fanatic.
What's this, a Honda Accord?
As well as some truly unique and attention-grabbing designs.
One big reason why I'm here. DeLorean.
The DeLorean naturally became the highlight of my visit, and the ability to open its doors and sit in it was a huge plus as well.
The real thing.
Don't miss the second showroom that is more or less hidden for even more classic rides, detailed engine blocks, and overall nostalgia of the 1950s. Nelson is a pretty fun town to explore, and it maintains a very chill vibe among its several market streets running through the main part of the city.
Cheers, man.
A nearby wildlife sanctuary is also worth visiting. I'm not a fan of zoos or captive enclosures, but this trust ended up being a welcome change of pace where you can interact with its many animals. There are native and non-native species to be found all around the premises. I finally reached the charming tiny town of Picton, where I would cross the Cook Strait on a car ferry to the North Island. I went with Blue Bridge Ferry to take me and my Toyota Voxy across the choppy waters. I recommend booking at least 4 days in advance, as weather and time schedules can change rapidly. Once you board the ship, the workers will anchor each vehicle to the floor in case of turbulent waters, and you're free to relax on the 3-hour journey. I disembarked in Wellington right around midnight. Wellington is the maritime capital of New Zealand and the second largest city in the country. Not only is it the world's southernmost capital, but it's also been known to be the world's most windiest city. There are some parallels between the city of San Francisco with its hilly outskirts, a flat downtown business district, and a growing inner harbor area. There are definitely some European influences to be found, and a general nod to the Lord of the Rings franchise sprinkled throughout. One of the most popular attractions is the Weta Cave, which has exhibits of props, character molds, and makeup guilds used from the movie trilogy, as well as design and special effects exhibitions from other science fiction and fantasy realms. I didn't find much else to do in the area besides taking the charismatic red cable car up and down the track to an overlook of the city. So I hit the road once again, driving through New Zealand's open, lush, green rolling hills on my way along the southwestern interstate to the town of Wanganui. It's got a charm that's similar to Nelson and a mix of a Wild West town in its architecture. I kicked back for a few days and also got to see the way of life on a farm stay and how newborn calves were actually fed. So this sums up part 4 of my continuous campervan travels through New Zealand. Check back once again when I compile the final 2 parts of my time spent in New Zealand and its natural cold and geothermal marvels that truly made the road trip worthwhile. See you next time.